we're going to be unboxing 4 awesome kits. So yes, I got one directly from Japan. I got a couple of them from my local hobby town, and I got another one from, well, I think I won it as a prize, yes, at SideBite. So pretty darn cool. So let's take a look at the one from Japan first. Very, very cool. This is a classic kit, and a lot of you might know this kit from the more modern version of it, but we'll take a look at this one. This one's the original. So yeah, let's take a closer look at this. We're going to open it up and see what's inside. Very, very cool. Yeah. This looks pretty old. Let's see what year it was made in. Let's see, manufactured 1998. 1998, Tamiya. Very cool. The Dyna-Hawk GX. Very, very cool. And let's take a look inside and see what's inside. This has 2 gear ratios. It has a, no wait, does it have 2 gear ratios? Let's see. Well, it's got this one right here. It looks like a 4-to-1 gear ratio. Very cool. And usually when you get a 4-to-1 gear ratio in the older kits, you also get a 5-to-1 gear ratio. Let's see if that's the case here. And I'm not sure about the rhyme or reasoning for why they included 2 gears in the older kits, but I'm glad that they did. And this one here includes the motor, so some boxes actually have this black label on top of it that says the motor included, because the original kits did not include a motor. You had to buy a motor separately. So yeah, that would be an additional cost for you there. So here, look at this. This is a Bluebell box stock motor that's in here. Very cool. These are like awesomely collector's items kind of things here. Very, very cool. Now, some of you might mistake this for a rev-tuned motor, but it's not. And depending on the race events you enter, this is probably not allowed for box stock. In fact, most racing events you enter, this is probably not allowed in box stock. You want to use a white bell motor only. But it's pretty cool that you have this original Bluebell motor in here. Very, very cool. So here we have, these tires are kind of squishy, right? So they're nothing special. We have here white ABS plastic parts. Very, very cool. It's got, oh, where's my, did they forget my, oh, there it is. The chassis. Look at this. So this is an SX chassis. This is like, yeah, this is very, very cool. Super X chassis, not Super XX chassis. Very, very cool. So this is a very old time kind of chassis. And look at the kit. Look at the parts kit that you get with it. It includes Tamiya grease, a little tube of Tamiya grease right there. How many times have you seen that, right? That's pretty cool. And true enough, it has 2 gear ratios in it. Wait a second. Yes, it's got 2 gear ratios in it. It's got the 5-to-1 gear ratio, the blue, and it's got the 4-to-1 gear ratio, the black. Very, very cool. So yeah, this is a stellar, awesome classic kit here, and I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun with it. Look at this, these big wheels here, yeah, in bright yellow. Very, very cool. Now let's take a look at the sticker sheet, all right? There's a sticker sheet too. And inside the box, it's like full of cartoons. Let me just show you in right here. Look at that. It's like all the parts and cartoons. So instead of getting that yellow sheet that includes all the funny cartoons with the kid bashing his brother with the kit, and yeah, it's all here on the inside of the box. So it shows a parent, and the parent is a mom showing her young son how to assemble this. That's pretty cool. And let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, lots of cool things. And just a little bit of like yesteryear. You'll see like what was actually sold at that time, right? So you'll see the black motors, right? Very, very cool. The Hyper Dash used to be in a black bell motor, and yeah, very, very cool. So here's the sticker sheet right here in this classic kit. Very nice. Nothing special here. It's not foil, it's not clear, it's just regular paper stickers, and yeah, very, very cool. So let's put this back, and we'll take a look at our next kit. Now, usually when you take these kits out, right, it's like a challenge to put them all back in and fit the box cover on some of them. I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can do this. Let's see. Here we go. And here's the inside of this box here. Very cool. Ah, there we go, fits flat. Now, the next kit that we have, let's see, what should we open next? How about this one? The one that I won from Sidebite, very cool. So this is like the Panda Racer, the red Panda Racer, but it's got the new 2025 Year of the Snake in it. So here, you'll see, it's a white snake, and yeah, is that a python, a boa constrictor, or what? I'm not sure, but it's a snake, and yeah, this, like, can you imagine a snake driving a car? That'd be awesome, right? The snakes have like ultimate spines. They have ultra maneuverability, but how is he going to like control the steering wheel? I don't know. I guess you don't have to, right? Mini 4-wheel drive, you just drop the car into the track and it goes. So the snake doesn't have to worry about steering. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at what's inside this one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the same gear ratio as the Panda Bear Racer. So as you all know, for whatever reason, all of those animal racers usually have like 5-to-1 gear ratios, except for the Panda Racer and the Black Bear Racer, which was 4-to-1. And now they're having these animal racers with 3.5-to-1 gear ratios, but that was not what the original intent was. Like, the kids are supposed to play with these slower cars that are better on technical tracks. So usually you would have 5-to-1 or 4-to-1 gear ratio, and that's it. But now they have things like the Ella Glitter, the special Black Bear edition, and they have the special K4 version that has the brown bear, as well as this one right here, Sally, the Sally Racer, and these three that I just described, the latter three, are all 3.5-to-1 gear ratio. So now the animal racers are just as fast as any other car, and that's kind of cool, but it's also not in a way, because that kind of like, it takes away from the fun and excitement of owning like a not so fast car that actually is better on super technical tracks. So anyway, let's open up this kit and let's see what's inside. Let's see if this is like any different from the Panda Bear Racer. I think it's not. I think it's like very much the same. So, ooh, do my eyes deceive me? These are not black. These are gray. That's cool. And they're not super hard. So they're hard, I think. They're just hard, but they're gray. I had no idea these were gray. It says they're gray and it says hard. Okay, so there we go. That's special. Yeah. I thought they were black, and that wouldn't be so special then. So pretty cool. We have a 4-to-1 gear ratio here. Yep. And you see the new tube of grease are the ones that are blue like that. And they're absolutely useless in my opinion. Like, I usually throw them out and just use the ceramic grease or the F grease in the blue top. So yeah, I advise using just those two greases versus this blue grease right here. Unless you have nothing else to use, then you can use this blue grease. But otherwise, yeah, make sure whenever you have like a higher gear ratio, make sure your shafts are absolutely straight. You want to get as much efficiency out of your car as possible. So with a 3.5-to-1 gear ratio, you don't have to worry about the shafts being that straight, but if you do, then your car will be faster. But on a 4-to-1 or above gear ratio, you want to make sure that the shafts are absolutely straight. And so if they're not, you'll have to find other kits, buy more of these kits, and just like substitute the parts and use the straightest shafts you can get, because you want your cars to be as fast as possible, especially with 4-to-1 and above gear ratio. So let's take a look at this. It looks the same. It looks exactly the same as the Panda Bear Racer. So if I'm not mistaken, it is the same. And here, instead of a black bottom, it's a white bottom. It's a white chassis, white Super 2 chassis right here. So some of you have like certain things against certain colors, and some of you might believe that white chassis are better than black chassis, and vice versa too. And some of you might believe that the dark gray chassis, like on mock frames, might be better than black chassis and white chassis. So it's a preference thing. But here we have these dish-type wheels, and for the longest time I hated these dish-type wheels because they look kind of silly to me. They look like little like Honda tires. nothing against Honda, but in a race car, it just doesn't look right to me. But when you flip them around to the other side, they look great. They look really great. But yeah, you're supposed to use them like this. And believe it or not, dish-type wheels are the most stable and solid of all the wheels that are out there. So if you were to get a carbon version of this, that would be the strongest and most stable and solid kind of wheel you can get. So yeah, pretty darn cool. It would be not the best looking, of course, like I'm usually into style more than function, so I like the Y spokes a lot, and that's what I prefer. So that's just me. So here, all of these parts here, the A parts are right here. Very nice. They're in red, just like the Panda Bear. And we have here the foil stickers, extremely nice. Number 7, which is considered an unlucky number in other cultures, except for the US. American cultures, number 7 is very lucky. So yeah, pretty darn cool. So let's see. And remember what I told you about in the previous kit, the yellow page that has all of the funny cartoons on there showing the child assembling a kit that her mom's teaching, that is me teaching my son Matthew, for example. And then there's the 2 brothers right there, and they're kind of like, one of them's, I think there's one cartoon where one of them was like trying to bash the other brother with a track part or something like that. Yeah, that wasn't very nice. That's my oldest son versus my youngest son. And yeah, that's but here we have this special, like, very gray and white type booklet right here, very professionally done. I love the new Tamiya manuals. They look so nice. The covers look so nice. The older manuals are just like, they're just mostly black and white without any gray tones. So I really like that they've improved this over the years, these instruction manuals. And last but not least, we have the animal itself, this reptile right here, the snake, and that's pretty darn cool. He's just white with little red eyes and a little, as you see here, a tongue. Yes, yes. So, I think I covered up my microphone. Sorry about that. So, let's see if I can place this all back inside without much trouble. Let's see. So, the newer boxes are usually a lot taller than the older boxes. So, in general, you can fit everything into the box. There we go. Very nice. Now, the next kit is a throwback kit from yesteryear. And any of you who have the Avante Jr. Black Special, the new one, the VZ chassis one, you'll appreciate this older one right here. And it was like a special price at Hobbytown, and I couldn't resist getting this. This is the original Avante Jr. Black Special. And here it says it's got a Type 2 chassis, right? So what does that mean exactly? It means that you're going to not have a 3.5 to 1 gear ratio. That's the number one thing it means. You have to find like different parts out there, upgrade parts. What do they call them? Hop-up parts. And the hop-up part will be a 3.5 to 1 gear ratio. But here, in this kit, you get a 4.2 to 1 gear ratio in here. So that is, isn't that a red one? I think it might be red. But according to this, oh, you get 5 to 1 and 4.2 to 1 gear ratio. You get the motor in here, that's good. And you get a smoke-colored ABS body, that's good. And ABS resin chassis, large diameter fluorescent pink wheels, large diameter slick tires. That's sticky. So good over jumps, but not super fast. Yeah. Slick tires stick onto roads. Yes. So that's how you have to look at it. Slick tires stick. So there's a purpose for every car kit out there, right? No car kit is totally terrible, right? Every car has its purpose. Every car can win a race depending on the track you race it on. Now, there are some car kits, like the Mach frame, for example, that can win more often than not, but even those cars, the super fast cars, are not guaranteed to always win in box stock. So, tune class, open class, you get to modify your car however you want. But here, if you're just doing box stock, you're limited to what's inside the box, assembling things inside the box. So here are the fluorescent pink wheels. They're very pink. Words cannot describe how pink this is. Like, you're seeing it through a camera lens right now, but if you look at this in person, it's like, that's really bright pink. Yeah, and here are the squishy soft tires. They feel very much like squishy soft tires that you might get from, oh, this is really soft right here. Yeah, they're like the Lord's Spirit soft tires, very soft. And here's the smoke gray body, very nice, right? And the Type 2 chassis. Now, here, look, check this out. The Type 2 chassis is actually part of the tree on here. That's different, right? I've never seen that. That's kind of cool. So the whole thing here, all of these A parts here and the chassis are on the same tree. I'm not sure it was like that when this kit was first released. I think this was probably separate from this stuff here, but maybe someone can verify and comment down below on that. So yeah, it's cool. And then here, white bell motor, and this is an SMC motor right here. Oh yeah, I didn't even check to see what kind of motor these were. So here you know that this is a Blue Bell box stock motor in the Dyna-Hawk. So, okay, here we go. Check that out. It's got the 2 holes on there. So, 2 holes, that's to aspirate the darn thing so it could go faster. I don't think this is legal at all. I don't think you should use it for any race. I don't even think you should try to pass this off as rev-tuned, to be quite honest. I think it's like, although somebody might try to pass it off as like a rev-tuned motor. But anyway, yeah, so this is what you get inside the Avante Jr. Black Special Kit. You get 2 gears. You get the red gear, 4.2 to 1 gear ratio, and the blue gear, which is 5 to 1 gear ratio. Pretty cool. And, ooh, this right here, this propeller shaft looks extra thick. It's going to be strong. Okay, folks, this is an extra strong propeller shaft right here. That's really cool. I'm pretty sure that propeller shafts aren't that thick. Let me just double check here. Let me just take a look at. Yeah, so I'm going to show you right here. Look how thin that one is. Look at this one. Maybe you can't see it from here, but this one is, it looks like it's like noticeably thicker in diameter than this one. So what does that mean exactly? It means there's going to be less chance of warping inside, right? So when this propeller shaft spins, less chance of warping. It's going to be more straighter, right? And what that'll mean is a much more stable and solid ride. Your transmission is going to be so much more stable. So potentially, this could be a really fast car and a very stable car too. Very cool. So imagine this thing jumping off of a jump, a hill, and landing. There's not going to be that flex inside the machine like the newer cars. This is going to be stiffer, a stiffer ride overall. Very cool. And here are the stickers. Very simple. It's clear plastic. It's on a clear plastic sheet right here. It's very cool for your smoke body colored cowl. Very nice. So yeah, a lot of hidden surprises in this kit that only costs $9.69. So I like it. It's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Totally worth it, it looks like. Even if it doesn't run fast, right? It's still like, it's something from yesteryear. It's something to be proud of. This is like the Mini 4-wheel drive heritage. So if you have a chance to buy this, just buy it and then compare it against the new one. Yeah, very cool. And the new one's mega fast. You all know this because I ran it in the Boo Run and it was super, super fast. So let's take a look at our final kit, shall we? So our final kit, many of you already own this, but I couldn't resist. This is like a special price right here. So I had to buy another one. This is the Astralster Tiger Edition, Tiger version. And so what makes this special? Not just this Tiger decal right here, which is optional to put on, but it's got a carbon reinforced chassis, MA chassis in there too. Very, very cool. So it says here, polycarbonate ABS reinforced chassis in black, 8 parts, the usual resin, body in resin, usual, double shaft motor, that's the usual thing, super hard tires, gear ratio of 3.5 to 1 gear ratio, 13 millimeter rollers, and 5-spoke wheels in red. Very, very cool. So it's the polycarbonate body, folks, MA chassis, that you should take a look at and consider when getting this kit. So it's a steal. Getting this kit is a steal, because if you have a polycarbonate reinforced body, you are going to handle your jumps better. It's going to be a lot more stable. It's going to be a lot more stiff over those jumps and landing off of those jumps. Very stable here. Let's take a look at what's inside this box and see if this entices you to want to purchase one. And if you see one, do not hesitate. You must buy it. Very, very cool. Let's take a look inside. You can see on the outside, 3.5 to 1 gear ratio, designated by the green and pink gears. Yes. So here is the super funky, super cool, two-toned black cowl. You see, this is shiny, this windshield, whereas the body itself is like more of a matte finish. That's pretty cool. And yes, the supporting parts right there that go with this cowl. And then we have the red wheels. Yes, they are sexy looking. Very cool. Five spoke wheels. And yeah, they're narrow in the front and wide in the rear. In the past, I used to have total prejudice against this kind of configuration with the narrow front and wide rear. But now I'm coming to terms with it, so I can see the benefits of it on certain cars. So here, super hard tires right here. They're plain. They're black. Yeah, very cool. Not gray like the Snake one. Yeah. And then the package of stuff, which includes the 3.5 to 1 gears. Very cool. And your usual stuff right there. The blue tube and the box stock motor, which happens to be an SMC motor. And the propeller shaft is not here because there is no propeller shaft. Remember, these pro cars, these MA and MS chassis, don't come with propeller shafts. You don't need them. So here is the chassis itself, the cool as F chassis. Yes, pretty darn cool. And you can see right here, right in this designation right here, that is a carbon reinforced chassis. Yes, very cool, very cool. And the A parts in POM material. Yes. I have seen one kit where, like, the rollers, no, I've seen many kits actually, where the rollers were not in POM. I'm like, shouldn't they be in POM also? It was really strange to me, and I was wondering about that. And I guess a long time ago it didn't matter, right? But nowadays, where every fraction of a second counts when you're trying to claim a victory, then you need POM parts. Here is the Tiger sticker itself. It comes in 2 parts. The Tiger decal, as well as the thing that says Tiger version on the bottom. Yes, very cool. And I think what I've done with it is, there it is. There's my Tiger decal. Yeah, I usually don't put it on the car itself. Why? Because cars get wrecked over time. They course out, they land on things, and the decals just get wrecked. So I'd rather have it in a place that will just stay pristine for a good while longer. Yeah, and here is the Astralster Tiger version manual in this beautiful gray-toned color. Yeah, very cool. And the requisite funny yellow page with all of the cartoons and the stickers in what appears to be like a foil back sticker, but it's not really foil. It's regular stickers, I think. It's just got a foil backing. And if you want, you can always use the silver backing part right there, all these silver parts, to add some distinction to your car, just like I did with my mock frame, my Spider-Man 2099 mock frame. Very, very cool. Yeah. So yeah, this kit is wonderful. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. So particularly this is why you should be purchasing this kit. Like, don't walk. You must run and buy this kit. This is like cool just because of this. Very, very cool. So this comes in a high box so that you can easily put all of this stuff back in. It's not that easy, but easily. There we go. So when we place this back on top, it fits. Yes. Very, very cool. So these 4 exciting kits, yeah, next on the building block to build. And yeah, I'm sure that each of these cars will have their awesome uses. Yes. So everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.